Roony Bardghji arrived at Barcelona wrapped in expectation. A teenager with speed, skill, and the kind of composure that makes coaches sit up and take notes. He was supposed to be one of the fresh faces who could inject unpredictability and energy into Barca's attack, but an unexpected administrative snag has turned that story on its head. Registration rules and financial fair play constraints have created a bottleneck that may prevent him from being officially available this season. And with the transfer window counting down, Barcelona are facing a painful choice. This is not just a paperwork problem, it is a development crossroads for a young player whose rise many believed was imminent. If Barcelona cannot register Bardghji, the club must decide whether to keep him unregistered, try to find a short-term solution, or send him on loan where he can continue playing and growing. That simple triage has massive implications. For Bardghji personally, minutes matter. At 18, regular competitive football is the single most important factor for progression. Training with elite teammates only takes you so far. For Barcelona, the calculus is different but intersecting. The club has to manage wage structures, squad registration limits, and long-term sporting strategy while also juggling financial fair play rules that restrict what they can do in a single window. Throw in the delicate history with Copenhagen, the club that nurtured Bardghji and from which he departed amid tension, and the path back there is far from straightforward. Copenhagen might seem like the most natural landing spot. Familiarity with the league, coaching staff who know his strengths, and a safe environment to rebuild momentum. Yet relationships fray, and negotiations can get messy when past departures left bad blood between agents, family, and the former club. That complicates a homecoming, and Barcelona must weigh whether reopening those talks is worth the potential speed of a loan deal. Beyond Copenhagen, other doors are ajar. Clubs in England and Germany have reportedly taken notice, and for good reason. Playing in the Championship, Bundesliga 2, or even in carefully selected top-flight setups could expose Bardghji to higher tempo, tougher defenders, and a different tactical education. Those options carry trade-offs. More competitive leagues can accelerate growth, but also risk limited playing time if the fit isn't perfect. A return to Denmark might guarantee starts and comfort, but it could slow adaptation to the physicality and tactical demands of Europe's top leagues. Barcelona's technical staff and sporting directors must balance short-term development needs with long-term club planning. If they loan him to a club where he thrives, Barca keeps an asset who arrives closer to first-team readiness. If they misjudge the destination, Bardghji risks losing momentum at a pivotal age. The human side of this story is often overlooked. A teenager uprooted, dealing with uncertainty, agents pushing for the best pathway, and a family watching an accelerated career plan wobble. Bardghji himself will want clarity. Playing in limbo serves no one, and the coming days will be the most consequential of his young career. From Barcelona's boardroom to the training pitches in Copenhagen, England and Germany, negotiations are about more than money. They are about relationships, guarantees of playing time, and the right environment to mature. With the clock ticking toward the transfer deadline, pressure magnifies. Deals that might have taken weeks must be accelerated, and the smallest snag, an unresolved clause, resistance from a former club, or last-minute FFP calculations can derail plans. In many ways, this episode exposes a recurring dilemma in modern football. How elite clubs juggle balancing books with nurturing youth. Barcelona want results and financial stability, but those aims can be at odds when regulations bite. So what should fans watch for? First, any sign of movement on a loan agreement, a medical scheduled, quotes from interested clubs, or a confirmation from Barca's sporting department. Second, whether Copenhagen publicly re-engages or maintains distance. Their willingness will signal how feasible a reunion really is. Finally, keep an eye on the profile of interested clubs. A side promising regular starts in a competitive environment would be the best outcome for Bardghji's trajectory. Whatever happens, this is a pivotal moment that will shape not just a single season, but potentially the arc of a promising career. Roony Bardghji's story is a reminder that talent alone is rarely enough. Timing, paperwork, and pragmatism often determine whether a prodigy becomes a superstar or a sigh of what might have been. By the time the window closes, we will know whether Barcelona found a clever workaround, brokered a swift loan, or left one of their brightest young prospects waiting to prove himself another day.